Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It is Christian here. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today we are doing an anti-haul here on my channel, and it is Holiday 2017 edition. So I've already done 2 more will I buy it style videos on Holiday 2017, and basically pretty much it's a wish list of all of the things that I want to purchase. And there is a third one coming because stuff keeps dropping like crazy. But with all of the things that I am excited about, there are definitely things that I'm kind of scratching my head about, or kind of like, oh, been there, done that. I don't need it. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you do not mind, hit that subscribe button down below. And if you're not new to my channel, welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. And yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and talk about all of the things that I will not be buying for Holiday 2017. So the first item that I was going to buy originally that I will not be purchasing after much consideration is the Lorac Mega Pro 4 palette. I have all of the Lorac Mega Pro palettes, and I have all of the regular standard Pro palettes as well. I have a pretty good collection of Lorac eyeshadows, but I do not reach for their eyeshadows as much as I once did. And of course I was going to buy it originally because being a collector, you know, that's an excuse for everything. I'm a collector. I have to have it because, you know, my collection won't be complete without it. No, that is not a good enough reason for me anymore. So I loved the 1. I used the 2 quite a bit. I never really reached for the 3. I want to say probably the 3 has been out for nearly a year at this point, and I've probably used it maybe 4 to 5 times, if that. I just have so many different eyeshadows. My collection is overflowing with eyeshadows, and I just feel like to purchase something like that palette, yes, it's awesome. 32 shadows, 16 matte, 16 shimmer, which is very similar to their standard layout of their regular palettes, which have 16 shades in total, 8 matte, 8 shimmer. I think that it's just not something I want. The more my makeup collection grows, the more I find formulations that I like a little bit more, the more that I see myself being drawn to eyeshadows a little bit more. Lorac shadows are very soft, they're very powdery. With that being said, they're also really easy to blend, but I also notice that I get a lot of the same looks whenever I do decide to reach for a Lorac Pro palette. And I feel like this palette right here, it just doesn't speak to me. Like, I feel like it has some cool tone or more like pastel type shades. And then you have your more neutral everyday browns that are in every single palette that I own. This palette just doesn't speak to me. I just feel like I will look at it and just kind of create the same look. I feel like my brush would kind of just stick in this area right over here with the browns, the neutrals, and I would never use this half of the palette. So for me, it's just a no-go. I'm going to pass on it. 60 bucks is a lot of money, and I've wasted a ton of money purchasing eyeshadow palettes that I never reach for. So I will not be purchasing this guy. I just don't need it. There's no use for it. If you love the Lorac eyeshadows, let me know what you think about this palette, because I was extremely underwhelmed when I actually finally saw it in person. I just kind of felt like I've seen it before. I feel like they're kind of trying to do the whole thing where they release their that collection with like the brunchy kind of thing. I forgot what the actual name of it was called, where it was kind of all pastel-y shades with the pastel highlighters, the pastel blushes. I feel like this is a little reminiscent of that in this kind of area right here, and it just wasn't for me. So I will be passing on that altogether. The next thing that I will be passing on is from Too Faced, and it is the Best Year Ever makeup collection that is exclusive to Sephora. And it basically comes, as you can see right here, Too Faced releases something similar to this every single year. It comes with 3 palettes that have 6 eyeshadows and a face product, whether it be a blush or a highlighter. And of course you could use it all for yourself, or you can split it up into gifts. And 49 bucks, if you have a bunch of makeup lovers or friends, you can kind of split that amongst, and that could actually be, you know, a pretty decent gift. But for me, I just have absolutely no desire for this. Yes, Too Faced has absolutely some of the cutest packaging that you will ever see just in general. When it comes to their holiday packaging, and when it comes to their core collection, they kill it with the packaging, and that's what draws you in. But as I look at this, I literally think that is every single Too Faced palette that I own. There's nothing unique, there's nothing original about it. Yes, it comes with a really cute little case that you can keep and, you know, store stuff in it. And I know they have one that comes with an agenda, and I'm kind of like interested in that one, but I haven't made up my mind on that particular one way or the other. But this one, I don't like the Better Than Sex mascara, and it does come with a little mini of that. And $49 is a lot of money. Brands really come out with some awesome stuff during holiday time. So if it's not something that I'm naturally gravitating towards, if it's not something I'm super excited about right out of the gate, it's just not something I need to try to convince myself to do. You know, a lot of times I like to review things for you guys, but this just is something that I just don't want, and I don't want to purchase it for the sole purpose of doing a review. So again, if you look at it, it's all browns. It's literally browns, a couple of brown shimmers, a bunch of warm tone shades. You know, the highlighter looks pretty, the bronzer looks pretty, the blush I would never wear. It's just not something that I need. It's not something that I want. It's not something that I'm excited about. So I will not be purchasing this Too Faced Best Year Ever collection from Sephora. So an Ulta exclusive that is by Tarte, and it is the Magic Star Collector Set. It retails for $49, and this is going to be an Ulta exclusive. I will not be purchasing this either. I was in Ulta yesterday, and which would have been Monday, and I was looking over the stuff because I was kind of seeing if any holiday stuff was out yet that I could touch, that I could look at, that I could play with. And I saw this. First of all, it looks so small. Like, the actual packaging for this is tiny, and it's basically just a warm tone eyeshadow palette with a couple of neutrals in there. For me, it's just one of those things where it's just like, I don't need it, and that's just what this boils down to, a need. And I know that sometimes there's a need versus a want, but again, just like with the Too Faced collection, I looked at it, I was underwhelmed, and I just kind of told myself, I don't need that. It's nothing unique, it's nothing original. And I feel like when it comes to holiday palettes, especially for the average consumer, you're purchasing things because, you know, palettes like this, because you might not have the largest makeup collection in the world, and you want to get something that you could wear year in and year out. This is something that I would be so excited about for 2 seconds, because I would review it for you guys, let you know if I loved it, let you know if I hated it, let you know if you should spend your money on it, and then it would literally collect dust in my collection. I personally actually love Tarte eyeshadows. I think that, you know, a lot of people kind of say that there's nothing unique, nothing original about them, but I actually like the formulation of them. I think that they're pretty blendable, but their holiday kits have been super miss in the past. I've heard some good things about the Sephora exclusive kit, which I'm still on the fence about that one as well. But this one just, it didn't speak to me. I think, again, $49 is expensive, and if you're going to drop that kind of money on something, it has to be something that you actually want and not something that you're convincing yourself that you need. There's those things that I actually want, and then I will convince myself, okay, I have to have it because I want it so bad, and I know that I will use it. Even with my makeup collection as large as it is, I will find the time to actually use it. And there are times where I actually get surprised. I purchase something, you know, just for the sole purpose of a review, and I absolutely love it. But for the most part, if it's not something I'm excited about right away, if it's not something that just makes me do, like, you know, there are products that I will go on Sephora's website over and over and over again and look at and go scope out at the store and really play with and feel and decide if I actually want to spend the money on it. This kit was not one of them, so I will 100% be passing on this Tarte holiday product as well. So I just don't need it, and plus I have enough eyeshadows to like last me the rest of my life, so I'm being super picky about the eyeshadow palettes that I buy. All right, so I'm gonna pick on Benefit for just like a second, just a quick second. I will not be purchasing, so on Ulta, a bunch of I want to say that these are probably Ulta exclusive. I'm not 100% sure. Last year they released tins like this, a bunch of them, and I have a few. These are last year's, and I kept the packaging because I thought they were super cute. And they're releasing a bunch of these guys again. They're releasing a bunch of items like that are similar to those again this year, and I will not be purchasing any of them. So let me read off the names really quickly. Hello Francis Glow in Downtown Highlighter Kit for 26 bucks. I will not be purchasing it because I have all of that stuff in the full size. They will be releasing another one that's Head Over Heels limited edition holiday value set for $49. And again, I have all of that in the full size. It has Hula, it has Professional. I have enough of those. And they're releasing another one that's called the California Love Limited Edition Holiday Value Set. Again, I own all of that. They are releasing, and that one retails for $29. They are releasing one that's called the Golden Gate Glam West Coast Wow Complete Makeup Kit for $38. I don't actually own any of the stuff in that kit from what I can tell, but I don't have any interest in that guy. So they're releasing another one, Beauty in the Bay, a limited edition holiday value set for $39. That comes with, it looks like a highbrow, They're Real mascara, and a Hula bronzer. I have like 5 Hula bronzers, so I don't need that. They are releasing one for $42 called the Be Right by the Bay. And that one comes with their skincare, and some of their skincare items and their actual, what is it called? Their moisturizer. I have that, so I don't need that kit. And then there is another one called Cable Car Cuties Limited Edition Holiday Value Set for $19. And it comes with a bunch of minis. It looks like a blush, a mini Professional, and I can't tell from the picture, but it looks like maybe a mini Goof Proof. And I love the Goof Proof, but I have about 3 or 4 of those in the full size. I don't need any of that. Now, if you like those kits, or if you don't have any of those products. I purchased a bunch of those last year. This was actually the skincare set from last year, and I thought that these were a good value, so I definitely did pick them up. I thought that they were really good. I was all the way here for it. This guy has, you know, a bunch of full-size products in here that I loved as well, which I purchased, which I think they have a similar kit to this year as well. But because I purchased quite a few of those kits last year, I still haven't even used all of the products that I purchased last year. I have both of the Benefit blush books that come with the full-size blushes, so I'm just good on Benefit products. And I already purchased the Brow Nanza. I can't think of the actual name for it, but I already purchased that, so I'm also good on their brow products. And even though the packaging is cute, it's super adorable, and I loved it so much, enough to where I was willing to save it from last year, it's just not something I need, so I will be skipping over all of those particular kits this year. But if you were interested in trying some Benefit products, then I would say maybe go for it. If there was one little kit that you were interested in, I would say maybe try it out. But for me, I'm passing over it. I don't need anything. I don't need any of it, and I'm not going to get suckered in to the cute packaging. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. So I will not be purchasing any of those items as well. I'm going to talk about Too Faced for another second. I have to. So they are releasing the Chocolate Vault for $225. $225. And I will not be purchasing it. I will not be doing it. You don't need to do it. Nobody needs to do it. Okay, so I own the Chocolate Bar one, which is one of my favorites, and I've actually been thinking about picking up another one. Those retail for $49. They have the Semi-Sweet, which I use the Semi-Sweet quite a bit, but I kind of haven't reached for it a lot lately, and I do not have the Chocolate Bonbon. I do not have any of the lipsticks in here, and I've heard really mixed reviews about their minis. Most people didn't really like them, or they liked one or the other. And they have 3 full-size bronzers. I have a Too Faced bronzer book, so I also don't need that. But let me kind of break it down why I say that you might not need that before we run out and spend $225. Now, the bronzers retail for $30 a piece, so that's 90 bucks. The palettes retail for $50 a piece. So let's do the math really quickly. Let's see how much we're actually saving. So the palettes, we're going to say that's 150 plus 90. Okay, so those are the bronzers. They're liquid lipsticks. It has 2. Those are usually $21 a piece. So that's 42. And then those little mini eyeshadow palettes, that's 60. So it's around a $350 value that you're getting for 225 bucks. Kits like that, which seems amazing, which seems awesome, which seems cool. Again, let's take it back to Too Faced. I like the formulations of their original Chocolate Bar palettes. I think they're good. I think they're great. I like the Semi-Sweet. I like the original. I like the peaches one. I don't reach for that one very much anymore, but I do like it. The formulation is pretty good on those. The shade selection in those kits are so freaking similar that I feel like you just need to buy one. Just pick out the one that you love the most and spend the $50 on that and be done with it. You're getting 3 bronzers in there. Again, I have a little bit of a bronzer book, which has smaller sizes of their bronzers, so I was able to play with them, test them out, and not commit. Not all 3 of those bronzers are gonna match you. If you're lucky, maybe if you tan, which I don't really, my skin tone doesn't really fluctuate a lot because I don't self-tan. I don't spend a lot of time out in the sun, so I'm pretty consistently the same color all year round. So only one of those bronzers is gonna work for me. Maybe 2 if I'm lucky. So the average person is only going to need 1 bronzer, or if you self-tan a lot, you might be able to get away with 2. Your chances are you're not going to need the 3rd, and it's just a lot of eyeshadow, and it's a lot of time, it's a lot of money to invest. I guess if you wanted to break it apart and gift it individually, you can, knock out 5 or 6 gifts like that at one time for, a bunch of different people. In that scenario, okay, maybe save you a little bit of money, but if it's just for you, I think that that's a lot. I think that's a lot for you to invest in. I think that that's a lot for you to commit to. $225 can buy you an eyeshadow palette from a brand. It could buy you some liquid lipsticks from somebody else. It could buy you, your new setting powder, a new primer. Like, you could get a whole face of makeup from different brands, test out a bunch of different stuff, get unique palettes. Maybe you can do, maybe 1 warm tone, 1 neutral palette. You can get a cool tone palette. You can get a good variety for $225 without having to commit to neutral brown eyeshadows that Too Faced is known for putting in their palette. So I don't think, granted, while I own 2 of the Chocolate Bar palettes, I purchased the Semi-Sweet after I had already practically used almost every single color in the original palette, and I don't own the 3rd one because I just didn't feel the need for it. So I think that it's safe to say that you can probably pass on that. Now, if you're a diehard Too Faced fan and you think it's worth the value, You do you, but I'm not dropping $250 on that after taxes. And y'all know that if it's something I'm super interested in, I tend to not really care about the price. I mean, obviously I can't just go out and be like, you know, making it rain with these dollar bills for holiday collections, you know. But if it's something that I'm really super excited about, really intrigued about, I will buy it. I will save up if I have to purchase it. But I think vaults, a lot of times, they're not really, if you own, they're just not really the best investments. No, you just don't need it. I will be skipping on the Too Faced chocolate vault. All right guys, and that is everything that I will be talking about this particular anti-haul holiday 2017. Products that I don't need, products I sat down, reevaluated my entire life, reevaluated my makeup collection and said, no, you're not doing it, you don't need it, it's not necessary. Stop spending your money on stuff that you're not going to use. So I really hope that you found this very helpful. I've done 2 videos already on all of the products that I'm super interested in and all of the things that I definitely want to get. So I thought it would be a good balance to show you, to talk about a few things that I had zero interest in and things that I will not be picking up. Let me know down below if any of these products are products that you are like so excited to get your hands on, or let me know if these are products that were on your no buy list as well. I love to hear your guys' comments, feedbacks, and all of that good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe before you head out. It would really mean so much to me because, like I mentioned in my last video, I put a lot of time and effort into these videos for you guys, and just subscribing to my channel will just, it'll make your girl feel good. And yeah, you guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.